Welcome. Welcome back to your Silver Lining Moments practice. You are now in week 2. It is day 8 and we are feeling great. I hope you are still feeling the light in your own soul and that it's shining brightly and you're basking in it from the first 7 days of our practice. Just go ahead. Sit there for 1 second and go, shine in your own light. Okay. We started with ourselves in days 1 through 7 because self-care is so important. And taking the time, like we did, to honor the clouds in our life, when I say honor, acknowledge that they're there. You know, the clouds, the aspects of ourself that maybe put some shade in our world, shade in our lives. But not only did we do that, you identified silver linings to those. You identified how you are the light for yourself, and you're the silver lining moment for yourself. And when you have that, you're golden, right? So now we're going to take that light and we're going to expand it outward to others. We're going to follow like that proverb that I said at the very beginning, and we're going to go expand our light to our first inner orbit, to our family and our friends. I have to tell you, I love these next 7 days. I really do. Every time I do this Silver Lining Moment particular practice, I end up feeling loved, empowered, connected, and I just feel good. So I hope you enjoyed this practice as much as I do. Are you ready? Let's say this again. Are you ready to find the silver lining moments in your family and friends? All right, let's journal. So here are the instructions for today. 1, have fun, be yourself, use your journal however you want to. Here are the guided instructions that I'll give, but trust yourself as always. So today we're going to expand, as I said, our light to our inner family and friends. And when I say family and friends, I include pets. You know, pets have been silver lining moments for me in so many ways in my life. I also, in your family, you know, we have the family that we're born into and the family that we choose as we live our lives. Those are all in this inner orbit in your friends, right? And as we do this exercise, you may think of many people and many people who have been silver lining moments for you in one way or the other, or you may find just one person, or you may list just one person who has been a silver lining moment to you in many ways, somewhere in between, right? It all works. So I thought to start with this one, I would read one of the silver lining moment stories from the book that I wrote, because it shows a time in my life when many people showed up to be a silver lining moment for me in, quite honestly, probably not one of the darkest moments in my life. So. It is this one I titled, "A Moment of Despair is Lined by Angels." My day started with my then husband telling me that he made up his mind and wanted a divorce. We were at a weekend's couple retreat workshop. He refused to attend the rest of the workshop. It was a Saturday, the day before my 30th birthday. I was pregnant for the 4th time. My first 3 pregnancies ended in miscarriage. I remember lying in bed all day, just staring out the window in a hopeless state. If I miscarried, I would lose another baby, and the loss of another baby seemed too much to bear. If I did not miscarry, I would be bringing a baby into a broken home, something that I never wanted. There was no happy ending. So I just laid in bed, staring out the hotel window, not wanting to move. A few weeks later, just a few days before Thanksgiving, I lost my 4th baby. I felt like a shell of a person with no core left, and the shell felt like it was about to crack and crumble any minute. A few weeks later, I was once again lying in my bed with no will to get out of it. It was a Friday, and I should have already been at work. Yet I remained in bed thinking, well, I can't kill myself because that would hurt my mom. But if someone wanted to come into my home and kill me, that would be okay. Despair defies logic. Before that thought could take hold, my phone rang. It was my executive assistant adamantly telling me that I needed to get into the office for a meeting right now. She stayed on the phone with me until I got out of bed. Within minutes of getting in my car, my dear friend Deanna called. Although we were close friends, we did not talk that much. She said that she called because she wanted to let me know that I would be okay, that I was loved, and that she was thinking of me. After Deanna, my sister Kathy called, and then my mom. Once I got to work, there was a meeting, bosses, deadlines. After work, I was heading to a personal development weekend retreat. There was no quiet times for deadly thoughts to lurk and linger. At that personal development workshop, I was introduced to a room full of people referred to as angels, who previously completed the workshop and who came to support the other participants and me. Walking into the room, I was hesitant, sad, and a lost soul. Right as I entered the room, an angel greeted me with a big smile and instant friendship. We are still friends over 15 years later today. As the angels filled the room with laughter, tears, and support, they filled me up with unconditional love. With their unconditional love, they held space for all the participants. In this space, I found a glimmer of myself, and I felt a hint of joy. The angels at that workshop were not the only angels that day. Each person who called me that day kept the lurking dark thoughts at bay. Each one was a light in the darkness guiding me along. Each one was a silver lining moment. As I filled up with the support of these angels, the despair left and the healing process began. And I eventually came to see my miscarried babies as guardian angels who came to me to help me recalibrate the course of my life's journey. In my greatest losses, I discovered how a moment of despair is lined by angels. The personal development weekend retreat was the start of my healing. A lot of work and time came from that weekend to where I was able to write that last sentence. I came to see my miscarried babies as guardian angels. So if anyone else is dealing with a deep loss and you're doing the work and you're still feeling that deep loss, it's okay. It takes time. But with time, it does get better. And not that fake better, that fake face that you put on for your family and friends. I know that. It gets to be a genuine better, where that smile is pure and it's coming from inside yourself. I was sitting here this morning planning for this session. I was thinking about my miscarriages, and I don't know, a thought that came up that I haven't had in a long time was the ultrasound techs. If anyone, when you're pregnant, the ultrasound tech, and the first time you see the baby's heartbeat is always a moment of joy. But after my first miscarriage, and I knew the signs of when the ultrasound no longer was a sign of joy, I came to dread them with my second, third, and fourth, and then finally my fifth miscarriage. For the first one, you go in, everyone's happy, the ultrasound tech is happy. But then as you go in for your later appointments, the ultrasound tech, there'll be a moment. If anyone has miscarried, my heart goes out to you, because you know this moment. There's a moment where the ultrasound tech stops talking. She stops looking at you in the eye, or she's so focused on, the machine, she's no longer engaging with you. And then she says, "The doctor will see you." And before the doctor gets there, What made me think of this, because in that story that I wrote about my fourth miscarriage. And there was a time that when I found out, so after that weekend workshop retreat, we came home. My now ex-husband he was no longer living in the home. We had separated at that time, and he was no longer living in the home. So I went to the ultrasound appointment by myself. Being by yourself when you found out your fourth baby is not to be born. Wow, it was hard. But it makes me think of a silver lining moment in this is my mom. I left the appointment that day and I called her, and I was in such tears and crying so hard as I'm trying to drive myself. And my mom was just an anchor that day. It was kind of I'm driving with crying so hard that I can't see, and my mom could hear that, and I'm choking because I'm crying so hard. And she just calmly said, "Kerry, I need you to go to a parking spot right now. Go to a parking lot and park. That's what I need you to do." And I got into a parking space. And then she was able to give me, love and support. But I was in no condition to be driving. And she got me off the road safely that day and helped me and everyone else on the road. So she was a silver lining moment to me and unknown strangers that day. So, yeah. But after much work, I still think of my unborn babies, but not as a loss, as something that I think my life wasn't going in the direction that really was the best for me. And so I do see them as guardian angels to help me recalibrate and get my life on the journey that I'm meant to in this lifetime, that I'm meant to be on in this lifetime. So I'll tear up from time to time, but I see the silver lining even in my miscarriages. And really the silver lining, the reason why I read it here today is because so many people were a silver lining moment to me in my darkest time. So I don't know what easy segue is for this. Yeah, let's get started. So let's get started. All right. Here's what we're going to do today. One, you're going to take, once we get seated, you're going to take 3 deep breathing breaths. Of course, they're breathing breaths. You're going to take 3 deep breaths to kind of cleanse, ground, sit in the light. 2, you're going to then just list all those who are silver lining moments, all those in your family and friends, including pets, your inner circle, who have been silver lining moments to you in your life. And again, it could be one person and many silver lining moments from that one person you're listing. You could be listing several people, and you're just listing them with maybe a brief description. You're not writing the silver lining moment story for them just yet. And then we'll come back together. We'll name the silver lining moment for today of us being together, and we'll end with our little love kindness meditation now projected out to our family and friends. All right, I will meet you in my journaling seat, excuse me, and we'll begin. Here's a quote that I want to share with you from today from the journal. It's towards the back of the book, so you may not have gotten to it yet, but I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. And that's from the philosopher Hafiz. How many people in our world, especially our family and friends, who have come to us and helped us see the light in ourselves at a time when we couldn't see it. So today, think about that as we begin with taking 3 deep breaths. With deep breaths, just fill yourself up as you breathe in, fill yourself up with light. When you breathe out, just whatever needs to come out. I always imagine white light. I love sitting like in the bright sunlight, and that's what I just imagine. But choose whichever light color you want. Imagine breathing in. Blue can be healing, yellow. Maybe you want to be sitting in the rainbow of light. Whatever light is good. Okay, so breathe in. Some nice yoga ujjayi breaths. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Find those people those family and friends who are silver lining moments for you. Identify them, write them in your journal. I will be mindful of the time. Looking for my timer. You start writing, I'm gonna get the timer. I wrote on the top of my page, I wrote the question, who are the friends and family who have been silver lining moments to me or for me? Okay, you're down to about the last minute. Okay, so I hope you had a nice time doing that and recognizing the people who are your family and friends who are silver lining moments to you. So now take a moment and let's fill in at the top of the pages that you wrote in a moment of blank is lined by blank. Fill that in for yourself and have it be about this moment right now, right? It's not your silver lining moment story that you'll write later on, but this moment right now is lined by what? So I'm going to put a moment of journaling is lined by, for me, I think a moment of journaling is lined by smiles. I did that because as I was writing, I couldn't help but smile a few times as I was thinking of these people. If you'd like to share any of your titles that you came up with, please do send me a message, or like I said, there will be that private Facebook group. You can message it in there to share with all of us in that private group. Friends and family are awesome. You know, that before the next time you go to a family get-together, especially if it could be, you know, during a holiday, or if you think it might be a tense, you know, family dinner or something, or a family gathering, bring up this journal, look at your list of the silver lining moments from these people, and then go out to that dinner or that gathering. All right, let's end for today with 1, good job for showing up for yourself. 2, let's breathe in, sit in, and remember that light that we feel within ourselves. Go ahead, breathe that in, and see it now this time. Instead of imagining it like the sunlight shining in you, imagine this light in your heart center. Okay? And as you breathe in, it just glows bigger and bigger and bigger. It flows throughout your whole body, and then it just flows from your body. Okay? So we'll do that in 3 breaths with the glow of the light from your heart getting bigger and bigger and bigger. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll end today, and as we're taking that light and love from ourselves, now we're going to expand it to all the people that you identified today in your journal. Alrighty? During today, may they be happy and healthy. May they be free from suffering, from physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, financial suffering. May they be free from negativity, drama, and conflict. May they be immersed in peace, prosperity, positive energy, love, and kindness. May they see the silver linings to all of their moments. During today, may they give and may they receive genuine acts of love and kindness. All right, I will see you tomorrow for day 9.